Hi, it's Lou. I'm going to be sharing with you about approval seeking, wanting approval, and the roots of that. It's basically an energetic hook, and it's very simple as an idea that if something's hooked into something, that you just unhook it. But because the roots of this kind of start so far back in childhood, where wanting approval, wanting unconditional love and wanting approval comes with a lot of conditioning. Actually, when you think about how you got love from your parents, you got lots of love when you did things the way that they wanted you to do them, or that you achieved something at school, or you looked pretty, or whatever it was that kind of got you attention was conditional. And it's just a fact in our society that this is how it starts off. I think more evolved parents can give us more unconditional love, but that's basically down to how much they have for themselves, because you can't give what you haven't got. You can't give on empty. So what I do with clients is unhook the energetic root. So when I'm saying like this, you're hooked into approval seeking, what that means is that you have got, your energies are going out from you and onto someone else, whether it's your boss, your lover, your children, your friends, and to unhook from that, it's almost like there's a barbed hook, like a fish hook, that it's so well entrenched in us, and often we're unaware of how kind of linked up and habituated we are into that. So to unravel that, there are some techniques that I use that help people really sort of dissolve the kind of embeddedness of this, so that they can release themselves. Because you can't just do this at the mental level, because if you could do it at the mental level, you can just say, I don't need approval from you. But you might say that, but your body is going to throw up the insecurity. And so when the body throws up insecurity and fear, it's going to want to find comfort. And because we're very much, automated in many of our emotional responses, that we go back into the groove of approval seeking. We'll find some way to appease that discomfort of moving away from a habit. But also what we're left with is that if someone else is not approving of us, or we're seeking approval, there's a space that we have to move into. And that's, of course, about self-love and unconditional self-love, which is a whole different area, and basically quite an important process, which is, what I do with my clients. So, but I'm sharing here with you because I think that it's just understanding that if you get into cycles of jealousy or insecurity in relationships, and just basically an inability to be on your own and to love yourself enough to feel secure inside yourself and your core energy, what I call the energy signature in my last video. And I'll be doing a lot more on this and sharing, but the actual process of getting oneself free of these habits of wanting control and wanting approval and wanting to get security, all of that plays out in our outer world. And the only way it can be healed is from the inside energetically. And it's really amazing, actually, once you start on this, how quickly things outside of you in life becomes easier. And the idea of what I do in my work is, just functioning from a core that is unconditional love, and that you always are giving yourself the unconditional love that you are. You give unconditional love to that, because love always is, it's not static. We're in the world of duality. We're in the world of, me versus another, subject, object. So it's that particular energetic play is that there is a requirement for us to love ourselves, to really come into the truth of who we are. So in many respects that sounds all sort of deep and esoteric, but this is really practical. The really practical thing is that we want to be happy. And how can you be happy if you've got your hooks trying to get energy from someone else? Because the setup is such that we're designed to be self-loving beings and beings of love, but it's, if you're coming from a deficit, as if there's something lacking inside you that you're trying to get approval for so that you feel satisfied and secure on the inside, you're coming from a space of lack. And when you're coming from a space of lack and wanting, that's the energy, isn't it? It's wanting, it's lacking. And none of us are attracted to lack, because we're supposed to be self-sustaining. So when we can self-sustain ourselves with self-love, you know, then our energy is clear, it's more attractive, and it's more comfortable for other people to be around us, because they don't feel at some level, because everybody does feel it. You know when someone's trying to get something from you, whether it's outwardly spoken or it's just a felt sense, you know, and there's a discomfort. You may not be able to put your finger on it. You just feel uncomfortable around some people, and even people that you love. You know when something's going on at a deeper level that feels uncomfortable, and it can only be resolved from the inside out. So that's me for now, and thank you so much for listening. There'll be more, so tune in. You can find me on Facebook. So if this post has come out from Facebook, you can just like there and become a follower, and then obviously, you know, you'll get more of the updates, and then you can subscribe on my website, which is in the link underneath this video or somewhere in the post. It's Louise Claire Smart at Wixsite. Oh, it's Wixsite Packages. I've got to find it on there. Sorry, I can't remember the name of my own domain. Anyway, you can subscribe, and so you'll get all the updates. And thank you so much for listening. Bye for now. It's Lou.